So it's finally a beautiful warm day here in the Ozarks, and I'm super excited to give you a tour of the new fish room and show you all the progress. But first, there's a reason why I'm outside, so stay tuned.
Welcome to Science Gal Aquatics, your place for guppy love and more. Sharing the good, the bad, and the unexpected adventures of fish keeping. Let the show start in 3, 2, 1. Enjoy!
So the whole reason why I'm out here today is because frankly this is an extension of my fish room and I want to share this experience with you. And I haven't had the best of luck over the last couple of years with this outside pond, and I know with your advice and tips I will have a much higher rate of success. So make sure you click that subscribe button below so you can help me with this summertime project, and stay tuned throughout the video because I do have a couple of fish already that I'm hoping to add to this pond soon.
And let me know what your favorite fish tank was in the fish room by commenting below at the end of the video.
I'm so excited to take you inside, give you a tour of the new fish room, show you all the progress, and reveal a couple new fish to you. So let's head inside already.
Welcome to my fish room. I am so excited to be able to have the opportunity to show you around and give you a tour of my almost finished fish room. I have never been able to have a strictly dedicated space for my aquariums, and again, I am so excited to bring you along on this new adventure. So I mainly want to take you around, show you everything that's new to the fish room, but definitely check back to the channel because I'm going to have an upcoming video over all the live plants that I've added. Even though I'm not new to fish keeping, I am new to live plants, and I definitely want tips and advice to help me along the way with these live plants. I don't even know really where to start. These are new to me and definitely new to the fish room. I've been currently using them for food for the Arowana. And so far everything's going really good. I do have plans in the future to breed these so I don't have to keep buying them from the fish store. But it's new, so I'm still learning. This is the food that I have for them at the moment, and they seem to be really enjoying it. And they've recently started chirping for the first time, so I think everything's going good so far with these guys. But I do mist it down with water quite a bit. And I do have plans to change all of this to coconut coir, I believe is what it's called here in the future. I just can't seem to find it in the town right now, so I'm gonna have to go ahead and order that online. But from what I understand, it's going to be better. It holds moisture better, so I won't have to spend so much time down here misting water on this soil. This is soil right here, potting mix. And this is peat moss, is the difference between these. I was just kind of seeing this one, this peat moss definitely holds moisture better than the potting soil, but I kind of think the eggs are getting eaten at the moment, so I'm gonna put a screen, I believe it's aluminum screening, on the top of this and see how that goes. But let's go ahead and check in with the guppies and I'll show you around the guppy tanks. So starting off, the first guppy tank that I wanted to show you, from what I was told, these are true green cobra guppies. And these are the guppies that I used if you want to check out my acclimating fish video. I've had them for a little while now, and after I saw that I lost one of the females, I went ahead and moved them over to this 5-gallon tank, and they seem to be doing much better now.
Next up, I want to show you the Green Cobra hybrid mix. I'm not sure what these are crossed with, but I originally got these for a super discounted rate because I just needed some kind of feeder fish for the Arowana. But I ended up keeping them because I think they're really beautiful, and I do want to keep them in a colder water tank. For an upcoming video, I want to show you the difference between a cold water and warm water guppy tank, so stay tuned for that. In this 5-gallon tank, I have one last strain of Cobra Guppy. Originally, I had 3 males of this strain, but currently I only have 1. But all of these guppies are offspring of my parental generation from my guppy research that I conducted for college. And they all seem to be doing really well in this tank since I'm beginning to spot fry again. But currently, I'm just choosing to leave them alone since they are leaving each other alone. On a side note, I was finally able to locate some crushed coral, so I did go ahead and add it to the majority of my tanks. Mentioning that, I do want to change gears for just a moment. I'm super excited to show you this new equipment I've gotten for the fish room. It is making my life so much easier with the amount of tanks that I have for water changing. So since I've moved my fish room down into the basement of my house, I've wanted to utilize this hookup that's originally for a wash machine. And even though honestly it would be really nice to have an extra washer and dryer for the family, it's been really nice not having to go up and down the stairs every time I wanted to do a water change. And I did go ahead and add this hose to the spigot so the water won't splash all over my wall. And I do normally have this filled up about halfway, and then I add some water conditioner to it and let it set for a couple of days and age. But I just got done with a water change, and I wanted to show you what I do with the water. And I usually have this pulled back behind this curtain right here, but I believe it was Mr. Science Geek, if I remember right, that told me a really good idea for the water after you're done with it. And I did end up getting a small pump, and I pump it through this water hose out into the backyard, and let me show you what I do with the water. Before we go back downstairs, I do want to show you this aquarium that's still upstairs. This is, I believe, a 30-gallon aquarium, and pretty much everything except my larger 2 goldfish and my pleco that's in this aquarium, I do want to transfer into my outside pond. I have a juvenile incandescent shark that's actually a catfish that's going to grow actually quite large, and all of the smaller goldfish were originally bought for that pond but started dying off, so I scooped them up last minute and threw them in here, and they've gotten a little larger, but I do think that them going outside will overall benefit this aquarium and them. Going back down into the fish room, for those of you who don't remember, I do have a 5-gallon aquarium that I'm currently using as a grow out tank. These fry are just now getting to the age where I can tell the males and the females apart, and their color patterns are slowly starting to develop, and their parents are from the tank I just showed you and the tank I want to show you next. This is also a 5-gallon guppy tank, and even though these guppies aren't anything probably super special species-wise, they are super special to me. They also developed from my guppy experiment, and I'm having so much fun continuing to breed and cross them and really seeing what's going to develop in the future. This next tank is new, and it's definitely got new fish in it. I have been wanting puffers again so badly, and I have been looking for them everywhere. But on a recent trip to St. Louis, I found a tank full of peef puffers, and I have hopefully got a male and female, and they're not totally used to the tank yet, and they're definitely not used to being filmed. So I'm not going to push it because I don't want to scare them, but they do seem like they're settling in and making nice little territories, and I will definitely show you some footage of this tank in the future so I can get some advice on the live plants. In this 10-gallon aquarium, I'm currently keeping the guppies that most strongly resemble my first purchase for my guppy experiment. I feel like these guppies have really richened up in color. They've gotten a lot larger. Their tails are beautiful, and they remind me of the guppies I had as a child. And I really enjoy these guys too. And not to be outdone, I also have a really nice bristlenose pleco and a couple shrimp in this tank also. Both of these next two tanks are both 20 longs. And I have good news and bad news. The good news, they both each have their own tank. The bad news, the knife fish during the night was nipping and biting at the Arowana, so I did go ahead and separate them as soon as I discovered this problem. I did try to record some footage shortly after I separated these two. He was pretty banged up, but everything so far is going well. He's healing up nicely and swimming more than he ever has, and he's never lost his appetite. He's eating very nicely. The knife fish, I would show you more footage, but I just don't have a light on this tank yet, and it's really hard to see anything. This is the footage that I shot shortly after I separated these two. He was still super aggravated, so I didn't want to push my luck, and it's super quick, but if you look really carefully, you can see where he was bit. So these little guys I discovered at PetSmart for 11 cents a piece, and the whole plan was to feed them to the Arowana since they were so cheap, and they looked really good, but when I got them home after a few days they fungused up. I have been medicating them, but I'm just scared to feed them. So these are some of the fish I am planning to add to the outside pond soon. These last two aquariums are both 10-gallon tanks. In this one, I currently have one male and two female betas. They're all separated so they can't get to each other right now. He's flaring his fins for the females, but the kids picked these out because they thought they were pretty, and I haven't had betas in such a long time. So while I was at the fish store looking around and I ran across the puffers, I also ran across these guys. I'm so excited to finally find some Endlers, and even though these aren't true in-class Endlers, I'm super excited to have them. I'm super excited to breed them. In fact, I've already spotted 4 fry in this tank, and it has not been very long. And then if I can spot them, I will show you. I also have a clown pleco in this aquarium. Make sure you're subscribed to Science Gal Aquatics if you haven't already, and double check that bell icon is clicked so you get notified when new videos are being released. Like, share, and don't forget to leave a comment over your favorite fish tank in the fish room, and you can always email me at sciencegalaquatics@gmail.com. Until next time, thanks for watching. Enjoy!